All right, thank you so much. I want to say a very big thank you to the committee members, as headed by Pastor Soniduke Okusu. That's our Manager of Programs, Independent Radio and Television. Now, what you just saw is what ITV is doing to improve members of the public. Now, these ladies you are saying, they are members of the society, and of course, they are in camp as we speak now. So they are going to be spending the next 1 week whereby they are going to learn a whole lot in terms of character, in terms of mannerism, and of course, in terms of behavior. And I can tell you for free, when they come out, they are going to be different persons entirely. That's just the truth. Now, the competition is already on because we've got our own eyes too. We're going to be watching them, watching their character, the way they carry out interpersonal relationship with their colleagues on camp. So that's just the way it is. So they're going to be spending the next 1 week on camp, and after that is going to be the grand finale. You saw various ladies representing various states across the country, and ultimately one is going to emerge as Miss ITV 2023. So you just watch out for that as the program goes on. All right, so we've got Honorable Destiny Ogayirio in Bulele, who is the honorable member Edo State House of Assembly representing Ovia Southwest constituency. So you're welcome to the program this morning on ITV.
Thank you.
All right, now, yeah, we're also expecting Honorable Desmond Ugbo, so he's going to be joining us when he comes. And let's, discuss Edo 2024, whereby the intrigues are on. There's no doubt about that. And of course, the politics is already on. Now you have seen the advent of new aspirants. Some call them pretenders now, or some say they are really not pretenders, they are contenders. But I think one thing that has to go with this election is perhaps it is the first time in the history of Edo State that we are having the array. And of course, the number of politicians that we have. Total number of about 55, that have expressed interest as aspirants across various political parties to contest for only one position, the governor of the state and, of course, the deputy governor of the state. Now, how would you want to respond to the number that we're having so far? How would you respond to it?
Yeah, Mr. Evans, let me first of all appreciate you and by extension, appreciate ITV for this opportunity again. I think 3 weeks ago or a month ago, I was here too.
Yeah, we were here together.
Yes, well, for me, this is season, and it's expected. The more the merrier. For me, I don't see them as pretenders. So, by virtue of their constitutional right as a citizen, they can be voted for, and they can, what they are doing is constitutionally, enshrined. So for me, it's a welcome development. But I'm a little bit not comfortable with the desperation. That is where I'm not very comfortable. You see, there's nothing bad if you signify interest, but if you look at the scenario, it's not favorable. There's nothing wrong pulling back and re-strategizing. There are many years ahead. After 4 years, with due respect, the present governor would not be.
But are you not trying to contradict yourself now? A while ago, you said is their constitutional right?
Yes. No, I said the desperation. Underline that.
The desperation?
Yes. If you see, for instance, I have an interest to vie for any particular
is it that you see office. The desperation in the aspirants, or
yes,
the major
desperation in the aspirants?
All of them?
Yes. You see, these various aspirants, they have groups, they have party. So if you see that before now there is a movement that you belong to, and you signify interest, that movement is not disposed to it. That's the point I'm driving at. There's something wrong with you shaving your ambition. It's okay because of us. Because of us. When I say us, the collective group. Well, because of that, let me lie low now. You re-strategize. That's the point I'm driving at. I'm not saying them coming signifying interest is an abomination. No.
Now, this doctrine and, of course, this politics of us, versus politics of me. I mean, we understand that some of the aspirants have even carved a niche for themselves now by going by the popular axiom that they are known now, that aspiration is personal. One or two of the aspirants, that is now the nickname that they go by, that aspiration is personal. And if you really look at it, aspiration in life, it is personal. I mean, I want to aspire to become the foremost graduate that Nigeria has ever had. It's my personal ambition.
Mr. Evans, don't misconstrue me. The point I'm driving at is this. There's something wrong in having an ambition. But if you look at that, your ambition is not collectively. There's no way you can't do without the other persons. First thing first, your ambition is personal. Your personal interest in politics is sacrosanct. But there's also the collective interest.
Now, at what
it is the collective interest that will determine
whether you will go far. At what point will you say that political ambition is collective?
From the very betting of that ambition, it is collective, because we have a problem. This I that is driving us crazy. That is why once we were in saddle of leadership, we first of all want to feast our immediate self. But that you can't rule out. But there are limits that you can go. If you decide to say, okay, allow your personal interest to becloud your sense of reasoning by collective reasoning, then you will not go far.
Now, Honorable, you contested as a local government chairman.
Yes.
And I do remember that was a personal ambition. And after that, you also contested to be a member of the Edo State House of Assembly. That was also a personal ambition. Now, was there any point that ambition of yours was collective? Did any group of persons, had to tell you that, hey, Honorable Destiny,
let me be very frank with you.
Yeah.
From my very hero in politics, it has been collective rather than personal. You can do your research. You can ask questions. That Southwest is not very far from here. From the very betting of where I am today, it's collective.
Now, are you trying to tell
us... you know that initially...
Are you trying to tell us that you've always had...
civil society.
You've always had some political godfathers?
No. Whether you like it or not, there are some persons that will see you doing your things at your very small cocoon, that will be watching you. When they see that the way you run your things, it's in tandem with their own philosophy. Definitely, they will beckon on you to say, okay, why not try this? That's exactly what happened to me. As a local government chairman. I was called upon. And thank God it's there. Some persons, over 70% said, yes, I tried. I did well. For me, that's a good take home. And where I am now, with due respect to, I think I'm free to say it, the Governor Obaseki, through our father, the SSG, told me that Mr. Governor said I'm better off in the House of Assembly. And now, by the special grace of God, I'm not doing badly.
And he single-handedly chose you?
Not single-handedly. It's a matter of lobbying.
That's what we're saying.
It's a matter. That is why I said I use the word. You see, you must look at the collective. Your personal interest is to you, but for you to go far, it is collective. You must sell your idea. First thing it must come from the inner you. That's okay. This is what I want to do. It's not depends on me to convince Evans. It's okay, my brother. This is what I want to do. How can you support me? How can we do it together? That's the only way I'll go far. If I say only me, I cannot step out of my house. The ticket will not take me out of my house. Or rather, the ambition will not take me out of my house. That's the point. You must, from the very betting of that idea, consider the collective interest.
Now, Honorable Destiny, the very first, the first battle we're going to have now is the party primaries. There's no doubt any moment from now, a few weeks from now, 1 or 2 months from now, or at most 3 months from now, most of the parties would have done their party primaries. Now, it is that party primaries that perhaps the boys are going to be separated from the men. Now, I don't know how you may want to react to some of the popular rumor making rounds that some of the aspirants that we have, they are just there to spoil the chances of other aspirants.
Mr. Wilson, Mr. Evans, is normal in politics. Right from the very inception, if you take us back to the 70s, there are some persons that are there to be spoiler, to be a mole in the system. So it's a normal thing in politics. Those are some of the intrigues. At times you see opposition sponsoring an aspirant in another party. So now that the The electoral act is there. So we should expect it. That the matter of pre-election, you must be part and parcel of the system. That's the only way you can challenge that system. For instance, I'm contesting for SYC, and you too, you are contesting. It is you that can challenge that system, not somebody that did not participate in the system.
So going by your analogy now,
that is why the parties need to be very vigilant.
Now, going by your analogy now, would you want to say that perhaps the governor is a spoiler in this election?
The governor?
Because let me explain now. Let me I'm trying to go by your axiom now, by your analogy now. Now, you have just told us here that a spoiler, political spoiler, can be described as somebody that tries to sponsor other candidates. Now, I want you to react.
Not somebody that's, I said in another party, sponsor another candidate in another party. You belong to party A, you sponsor another aspirant in party B. Not you belonging to a particular party and sponsoring, no.
Okay.
Because you must belong to that system.
Okay. Now, have you also heard that perhaps the governor is sponsoring one or two candidates in the Labour Party? So, if you've heard that, so would you want to describe the governor as a spoiler in this regard?
Mr. Evans, I think that is a mere rumor. It's a mere rumor that is sponsoring somebody. I think I've had the same rumor. And me as a person, I've had the cause to have interfaced with Mr. Governor. And the man that I know, I don't think that is true. I don't think that is true. Although in politics, anything is possible. But I'm not saying it is true. The point is it's very simple. It's very simple. So for us to get it right, we must, I use the word, see, the issue of collective is very sacrosanct. You must feel the pulse of the people to say, okay, this is what I want to do. You must sample the opinion. If you look at, you see, nobody's an island. I need Evans to survive. Evans need me to survive. Even nations need nations to survive. Even as big as the United States of America, they can't do it alone. They need Nigeria in certain areas. Now, even as big as France,
that's
in certain areas.
Something the opinion of the collective people now. Let us be careful so that we don't restrict it to only a very limited few. We've seen what is going on. I mean, in your own party.
The word collective. When you say
let me explain that yesterday. Let me explain. We've seen what is going on in your party, the People's Democratic Party, whereby the deputy governor has signified interest. And of course, he has told Nigerians that, hey, his own ambition is personal. That's what he has said. And of course, for other persons of your party, the People's Democratic Party, they are not disposed to the deputy governor now. From other members of your party, if I ask you now, are you disposed to?
See, when you say other members, I'm coming, Mr. Evans. When you say other members, there are still some persons that are disposed to. They are following him around.
So when you say collective. You know, I started by saying that let us be careful with the way we use the word collective, so that our own collective will not mean the general, people now.
Evans, first thing first, you bet an idea, you sell it to a smaller group, then again you take it to a larger group. It's like that anywhere in the world. Even you as a person, on your own, let's assume on your academic pursuit, first thing, it's okay. Maybe your parents want to say, okay, you study medicine. You will say, okay, no, let me try this. First thing first, you try to see how you'll be able to convince your parents. Then you not take it to your siblings. It's like that. Before you not take it to the larger society. When they not see that, this thing is becoming, inevitable. The larger society will embrace you. They will celebrate you. It's like that. In politics, there's something different. He on his own has, okay, I want to run. And again, first of all, sell it to the immediate family. If you look at what is happening now, you see an aspirant, first thing first, they will tell it to their wife or wives, their children. Then they will take it to their extended family. I've seen quite a number of some aspirants that have done that. From there, they will take it to their community, where they hail from, to their village. From there, they will take it to their ward, then to their local government. And if it is governor, to the senatorial, then the state. It's like that. It was from the scratch. You must start it from the foundation. That's the point I'm driving at.
Okay. Now, what do you make of, because we are beginning to see a lot of intrigues, and of course a lot
it's a normal thing.
A lot of politics in this.
It's normal.
As we glide towards Edo 2024.
But let me tell you, before you said the foundation, let me tell you, what is not normal is likened to a saying that when two brothers fight for their father's inheritance to death, it is strangers that will inherit that inheritance. That is what is not normal. That's why I use the word. If you are having an ambition, and you believe and you see the group you belong to, the movement you belong to, many of reasonable numbers or majority are not disposed to it. There's nothing wrong in you retracing your step, re-strategizing. I use that word from the very beginning. It was for a purpose.
All right, now, there's no doubt that we have so much intrigues and, of course, so much politics in next year's election. And some analysts are even of the opinion that one of the politics that the politicians are using now, almost all the political parties, is this need for the man to succeed the governor to come from Edo Central. You know, a lot of persons say that that's a political move. It's one of the...
That the governor is supporting somebody from Edo Central.
I have not said that the governor is supporting somebody from Edo Central now. I've just said, so what I'm saying is that a lot of analysts are of the opinion that almost all the political parties now are gliding towards somebody succeeding the governor, that the person has to emerge from Edo Central. Now, to other people, that is only a political gimmick. Because they see that, hey, the Edo Central, probably they don't have what it takes to win an election. I don't know how you want to react to that.
Mr. Evans, I thank God both of us, we are from this state. If you go back, I'm a student of history. Let me be very precise. From 1999 to date, it is only rational and sensible for fairness, equity, and justice. In every sane society, these three things will take preeminence. In every sane society. See, we have a problem. Yeah. We can't be doing something same way and expect a different result. It's insanity. If you go back, as I rightly said, from 1999, when our brother, our uncle, and our leader, Chief Lucky Nusaka Igbenedion, emerged from 1999, 8 years. Thereafter, we saw
Osarime Osumbo.
Professor Osarime Osumbo.
For about a year and
months. About some months. Yeah. Thereafter, Comrade Adams Oshomole from the Edo North. 8 years. Here we have 8 years going. You and I, for fairness and equity and justice. It is a normal that was. I know in politics, it is likened to what is wrong or right. It is subject to a definition of convenience. In politics.
So you mean
it's
be wrong? It's be wrong.
For me, it is appropriate we take it to Edo Central.
Now the question that leads me
for fairness, equity, and justice.
The question I ask on that now: why is it that it is all of a sudden that the People's Democratic Party, your party, whoever is interested in taking the governorship to Edo Central now, why is that all of a sudden? Why didn't they do it after the first tenure? I mean, they had the first 4 years. Governor Obaseki was governor for the first 4 years. Why didn't he try to say that, hey,
I've tried to bring in some, if you look at it, it has been 8 years. So for us, it's not all of a sudden.
Now, when you say 8 years,
Chief Lucky Igbenedion did 8 years.
Yeah,
Adams Oshomole again, 8 years.
Constitutionally, it's
not become a norm.
Yeah.
In the political trajectory, it's not becoming a norm. It's not becoming a ritual. That if, for instance, Destiny Ogadabulile is there. There is this belief that I must spend 8 years.
So you are saying now that it is for rotational purpose?
Definitely.
Now the question I ask on that now, because constitutionally,
yes,
the Constitution only gives opportunity that you can take 2 terms.
2 terms, yes.
Now the belief is that you have just 1 tenure. After 1 tenure of 4 years, another person can come in. Now, this principle of rotation that you are trying to tell us here, why didn't the PDP say that, hey, after the first 4 years, let us rotate it now?
See, you are trying to be logic here. Let us be very sincere. For me, from the Edo South, having Lucky spent 8 years, Edo North 8 years, and back to Edo South, it is for me, whether I take it or leave it, that my senatorial district should exhaust that constitutional provision for 8 years. That's twice. For me and for my senatorial district. It's not becoming a ritual. So you don't want me to now change my senatorial. We don't know when to come back here again. That is the point. For us, thank God you said it, and it's there in the Constitution that as a executive, whether in the chairmanship or in the governor or in the presidency, the president, you are entitled to 2 tenures.
So 2 tenures,
which is like in the local government, it's 3 years, 6 years. In the state, governor is for 4 years, which is 8 years.
Yeah, but
for us, it is constitutional. It is stipulated in the Constitution.
Yeah, but for the purpose of rotation.
For the purpose of exhausting. If we are not saying okay,
you still have to exhaust.
No, definitely. That's where it's not becoming.
That's where the problem is coming from.
No.
This idea that you must take 8 years.
Who says where the problem is coming from? The Constitution says so.
I know
that you are entitled to 2 tenures of 4 by state 8 years. So this time we must exhaust it, so that I cannot go to another senatorial. There's nothing wrong with that. If it's okay that the Benin are not saying, or the Edo South is not saying, okay, we still want it. That's why people will not be asking questions. For us now, or for me as a person, I'm disposed to Edo Central.
After taking your 8 years?
Yes, because we are satisfied now. We cannot say, okay, because we are a majority. We cannot say, okay, let's for fairness. I use the word for fairness, justice, and equity. That's okay now. Edo South, Edo North. Now let's factor in our brother from Edo Central.
All right. So the program still this morning on ITV. We just looking at the forthcoming election in Edo State. Edo 2024 is all built up to Edo 2024. Looking at some of the intrigues and some of the politics, even as we prepare for the political situation in Edo State. Now, Honorable, let's look at, because you can explicitly talk about the People's Democratic Party, other parties, the All Progressives Congress, the Labour Party, the NNPC, the Zenith Labour Party and all that. They are also prepared for this election.
Definitely.
Now, the concern is so much about the power of incumbency. You know, the governor now is being watched. Any move he makes, people look at him because there's no doubt he has the power of the incumbency. But again, let us look at, that power that the governor has. I mean, for people, a lot of persons begin to say, I know that he's a politician in the first place, but some persons are beginning to say that, hey, the governor, let him rest it with somebody that can actually continue from where he's going to stop, the legacies that he's going to stop. And these same people are also saying that some of the aspirants that the governor seems to be supporting now, either by body language or by another means now, they really don't have what it takes to continue from where the governor is going to stop. I don't know how you react to that.
For me, I'm not aware whether, from the way you just spoken, it's like you already know who the governor is supporting. For me, I'm not disposed to that.
Yeah, but we've heard about 2 things that the governor is supporting. For
us, it's a common sense that if you look at what is happening in Lagos State, day first I drove to Lagos. And I returned back before 9:30. I was already in Benin. I saw what is happening. I stayed in Ikeja. I remember years back when I followed my cousin before 1999. Ikeja was more or less a den of smelling stuff. But today it's wearing a new look. Go around the whole of Lagos. What has happened? It is consistency that has happened. Over time, they have produced their likes, who have studied the processes from the present president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to Fashola, His Excellency, to Ambode, His Excellency, and now
to this present governor.
Sanwo-Olu. Yeah. Over time, they have produced their lives. That is why the achievement you are seeing in Lagos, that's why they are achieving it. Let nobody deceive us. So there's something wrong in this state. The present governor wants to say, okay, let's produce our lights.
Is Edo Lagos now?
No, we are not saying Edo. So we are trying to use the Edo model by way of having a succession over time, producing it from within the system that has studied over time.
You know, the reason why I'm asking that question, politicians like you have told Edo people that Edo will not be Lagos.
Let me quickly say this. Just this ITV going to Igobazowa, for instance, to bring somebody to come ahead here. That from Abinishu, know nothing about ITV. There will be a disconnect from the staffers, the original or perhaps those that have groomed themselves over time. There will be a disconnect from the head and others. But if we have the lights from here, you know, being at that echelon, there will be a free flow of information. Now, we know where to cross the T's and to dot the I's.
Yeah, it is governance.
That's the point.
It is governance that we're talking about.
Exactly, same thing. It's not. See, there's something different.
So
I'm coming, sir. I've been in the local government.
So are you trying to tell us here that
before your uncle? Let me quickly say this. Yeah. It's the same thing. I've been in the executive at the local government level. It is the way I manage my wife and my kids. That's the way you manage the people there. Even your home is more complex. It's more complex.
So are you trying to tell us that
because in there you have other management staff that will help you?
So in other political parties now, whereby you have the area of aspirant now, you do not have the people. You do not have aspirant that know things about governance other than the people.
Sorry, Evans. The point I'm doing over time, when you see policy somersaults, you see as our governor is presently, going now. You see, God forbid, there's another person from another party. It will abandon what this present administration is doing. It will abandon. So perhaps we'll tell you, you saw what happened, like the Obamacare in the United States of America. When what's his name? The SY president, before the present one, when he came, he abandoned the Obamacare. It's the same. There will be policy somersault. You see, they will abandon majority of what is ongoing. What the present administration is doing is more or less a foundation to lay the foundation so that every society will build on that foundation. They'll begin to see the substance. But God forbid we have another person from another party who believe in different philosophy and ideology. Will abandon what this present one is doing. Then you will see that the present one, or rather the past administration, failed woefully.
Now, in all this now, what do you think is going to be the role and, of course, the responsibility of the electorate? Because from when we hear politicians talk, we hear you guys talk, it sounds as if it is the political leaders and the political parties that we just make the person the
I've never said so.
What about the electorate? What
you see, thank God, from the very beginning of this discourse, I've only put the people first. That's why I use the word. I said collective. I've never used the word I, or to say I. No, because the people has a larger role to play.
That's the electorate now.
The electorate. When I say the collective, I know exactly what I'm saying. I use the word. An idea must come from you. You must sell it to. If you are married, sell it to your wife and children, then to your extended family, then to your community, then to your world. It's like that continuously. You must continuously engage the people. Tell the people, you must convince them that, look, this is what I have. You must lobby them that this is what I have, this is what I can do, this is my antecedent, and this is what I want to do when I get there. The people is first and last in every ambition, in political ambition. You must factor the people first from the beginning and last. It's like that. That's the only way you will go far. If you decide to neglect them for the very betting of that idea, you won't go far.
It is good for the people to, when Governor Obaseki goes round and he tells Edo people that, hey, this is me, this is what I have done, and of course, this is what I've been able to do in the last 8 years. People will applaud him, when they see the area of project that he's done and all that. But when somebody comes up under the strength of Governor Obaseki and the people don't know that person, don't you think there are issues? And that seems to be what we may find. Don't you think so?
I don't. Come again.
Yeah.
That when
I'm saying here that when Governor Gordon Obaseki now, going by the area of developmental strides that he's done for the past 8 years, if he goes around, he tells the people will clap for him.
Definitely.
But what do you think will happen when he tries to support somebody that people don't probably know? The electorate, they don't know his antecedents.
Well, for me, when you say no, thank God, as we speak very just now, the world is a global village. If I tell you that Destiny Orairo in Abulile, 2017, was in United States of America for blah, 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 blah. You can just enter your laptop and say, it will show you if truly I was in for a program. Definitely. So for us, we are no longer in Stone Age. That there's nobody that is unknown as far as this present, as we see it very just now.
Now we're talking about governance here. We're talking about being with the people.
I understand you perfectly. I understand you perfectly.
What somebody has written down.
You see.
If I don't going to talk about.
Let me quickly say this.
Yeah.
I studied international studies and diplomacy. My first degree. In the course of war, the men at the forefront and the man in the engine room, the strategist, is more important than the men at the forefront.
That's correct.
So for us, I don't know. I don't know where you are aiming at. But I tell you, whoever that is coming out or are coming out, there are persons that perhaps must have participated in this administration. It is known, and then when the time comes, the other people will know that you have a truth. This person over from maybe one time or the other participated in the EDO projects. The collective interest is the EDO project, not Destiny Orairo Abulile. The collective interest, the EDO project. So we must ask the person some select question. Want to know what to know about the EDO people. That is sacrosanct. We need person that be able to, when we are not there, make a case for us. Because we'll be privileged to, all of us will be privileged to do it, to make a case for ourselves. He's the one to representing us. So there's going to be a platform for interface. We're just starting. So for us, it's no longer business as usual. Where we'll be caged not to ask questions. There are people I know, they're very intelligent. And they'll ask the right question when the time comes.
Now, a while ago, we talked about the party primary. I don't want to say that in your party, the People's Democratic Party, there seems to be a polarized interest now. And a lot of persons are beginning to fear for your party that may mean it may mean something not too palatable in the primaries. Now, if we go into the primaries with this sort of polarity now that we have, that people say is in the party now, don't you think it spells doom for the People's Democratic Party?
Mr. Evans, let me ask you a question. 2020 and now, which one is more polarized? Which one is more tensed?
Yeah.
When the present administration coming back for the second time, we saw the intrigues. At a point he was disqualified. At a point they said the certificate was fake, in that he never attended SYZ University. We saw what happened. But today here we are. See, some of those things in politics, it will definitely die down.
So you agree that the party
I used the word earlier. I said if two brothers fight for their father's inheritance to death, it is strangers that will inherit that inheritance. So the polarity, this so-called gladiators, they are aware. They know where to call the shots. They are aware. It's some of those things, they build up. When time comes, it will die down. And the people will be better for it.
All right, so I want to say a very big thank you to Honorable Destiny Orairo in Abulile. Yeah, when we come here, we try as much as possible to fight with the politician. I have to. I have to because of the Edo people. We have to do that. I have to do my job. That's just the way it is. So I want to say a very big thank you, Honorable, for finding time to come. And we hope when we call you again, I like the way you always support your own. You always support the People's Democratic Party. It shows that you're a true party man.
No, there's no two ways about it. The party I know today is PDP.
But I don't campaign on this.
I'm not going to campaign. Let me be very frank. I will mention. You see, me, I'm from the civil society. When I believe in your ideology and philosophy. I follow you to the latter.
All right, thank you so much.